Hi everyone, this is Satish and I welcome you to my online byte channel. In this video, I am going to explain major components of Unix operating system. Unix operating system has three major components. The first major component is kernel. Kernel is the collection of most important programs that are part of Unix operating system, and this component is just placed on top of hardware devices because this component is responsible to manage different hardware devices like memory and different input and output devices and so on. And our second component is shell. This shell is a small program that runs on the top of the kernel, and this shell program is going to act as an interface between kernel and the user. And the next major component is file system. File system is the way of organizing your files and directories inside the computer storage. Along with the shell component and the file system, Unix operating system is going to provide hundreds of commands, and you can use these commands to interact with the file system as well as to interact with the different types of shells like bash, ksh, csh and so on. On top of these major components, users are going to run and they are going to install and develop their own application programs. For example, application programs like database management system, file transfer protocol applications, as well as application programs related to the mail. Now, I am going to explain the component kernel. Kernel is like heart of any Unix operating system. Actually, it is a collection of most important programs. Most of these programs are actually written in C programming language, and these programs are directly embedded on the hardware memory chips. When you switch on your computer, all these programs are directly loaded into the random access memory. From that point onwards, kernel is the only component that directly communicates with the all hardware devices. It is responsible and it manages all your hardware system resources like memory, input and output devices, CPU, and it also provides inter-process communication when you are executing your programs, and it involves in so many other tasks. In earlier versions of Unix operating system, the entire operating system worked inside the kernel workspace. What does it mean? That means kernel contains all essential OS programs. At the same time, this kernel also contains programs that are unnecessary. This leads to the increase in the size of monolithic kernel as well as increase in the size of operating system. Later on, this monolithic kernel is completely replaced by the microkernel. This microkernel is just small set of kernel programs that are required, and all other unnecessary programs are simply moved in and moved out based upon the requirement. When you compare this microkernel with monolithic kernel, microkernel is very small in size. At the same time, it is somewhat slow when compared to the monolithic kernel, whereas monolithic kernel is fast when compared to the microkernel. The next component that I am going to explain is file system. The file system is way of arranging all your files and directories inside the computer storage, and the Unix operating system is going to treat each and everything as a file, including your hardware devices. Collection of those files are going to be arranged into directories, and all these files and directories in Unix operating system, they are going to be organized in an inverted tree like hierarchical data structure. What is inverted tree like hierarchical data structure? That means you will be having a root directory. Root directory is always represented by the forward slash, and this root directory is going to act as a parent directory of all other subdirectories and files present in the computer. When it comes to subdirectories, we have two different categories in subdirectories. The first category is operating system related subdirectories and user created subdirectories. All these subdirectories that are mentioned just below root directory are operating system related subdirectories. Each and every subdirectory is going to maintain some kind of information related to the operating system. For example, if you take bin directory, bin is a cryptic format for binaries. Bin subdirectory is going to contain executable files that are related to Unix commands. For example, cat command, date command, who command, and so on. And TMP subdirectory is nothing but temporary directory that is going to maintain some information of the boot process. And DEV is a subdirectory related to the devices like floppy disk as well as other disks and so many other devices. And ETC is going to have configuration information, and SBIN is going to maintain system administrator executable files, and user subdirectory is going to maintain user information, and VAR subdirectory is going to maintain information about variable length files, for example log files. Unix operating system support both local file system as well as distributed file system. For example, let us assume two computers, computer 1 and computer 2. Assume that computer 1 is maintaining local file system. In computer 1, if there is any file called F1, this file F1 will not be available to computer number 2 because this file F1 is having only local copy with local file system. It is not available through local area network or through internet. For example, if you are having distributed file system, and just assume these two computers are connected through either local area network or internet, and the type of file system that we are assuming is distributed file system. If you are having distributed file system between computer 1 and computer 2, then file F1 present in computer 1 is now available to computer number 2 also. This is the difference between local file system and distributed file system. So this is all about file system. I am going to make another video to explain the component shell and to explain different types of shells and their properties. In this video, I have explained about important components of Unix operating system. Especially we have seen two important components like kernel and the file system. If you like the content of this video, I request you to like, share and subscribe to my Online Byte channel. Thank you very much for watching my videos.